Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss Kant understanding. That's the name of the subject, is understanding. With that, I'll turn the issue to my grandson Tristan.
All right, thank you. So I know last time in the series about Kant we talked about phenomena and noumena and what those terms mean, the difference between the two, etc. I'd like to briefly touch on understanding and the unity of apperception because they relate very directly into the subjects discussed in the last video. Now, understanding, basically Kant's view of understanding, he thinks that understanding is the process in which an empirical intuition is combined with our limits of perception, which would be time, space, and then our senses. So basically, again, our empirical intuitions are filtered through those filters, and from that we get a pure perception. And that is how we understand things and get appearances of the real world. Now, I want to briefly touch on this again because there are terms to go along with these, and I want to make sure that these terms are established because they're going to come up later. And basically, this whole process is basically just called understanding, or it's the process of understanding. And understanding is pretty much what constitutes one of our three main faculties of knowledge, which is the faculty of understanding. And very specifically, the process of empirical intuitions being combined with time, space, and our senses to create a subjective representation of objects. That's called the unity of apperception in Kantian literature. So I also, before we end off, I want to discuss what Kant means by time and space. So essentially, Kant thought that time and space weren't real things. They were only constructs of the mind that help us decipher noumena, or objects as they actually exist. So time to Kant means pretty much the same thing that we perceive it to mean now, or understand it to mean now. And space, I want to clarify this, space doesn't really mean like outer space or anything like that. Space would mean to Kant it would pretty much constitutes the barriers in which all empirical appearances are held, pretty much. So it's basically a barrier that encases pretty much all of our appearances and all of our subjective representations of objects. So that would pretty much cover the subjects.
Thank you for watching.